Hey guys, how's it going? Wanted to make this video. Gonna try and do it in one take here, but this is my full setup for my 2024-2025 hunting season. This is everything I use to bow hunt out of a saddle. So my bow hunting, saddle hunting setup. Pretty much just want to make this video to kind of just showcase all you need to get out in the woods, saddle hunt, and do it effectively and productively. I'm heading out this weekend, so I kind of just had everything laid out and thought I would kind of just do a quick video. So I'm not going to get into how to use this equipment. There's plenty of videos out there if that's what you're wanting. But what I want to make this video for is those of you who perhaps are thinking about getting into saddle hunting, or maybe you have been saddle hunting for a while and there's just, maybe some touches here and there that you'd like to change. I am putting this video out there in hopes that maybe someone has some advice for me that, I can use to be a little more effective, a little, lighter. Obviously, if you're going for a mobile, lightweight setup, you want to, just cut as much weight as possible. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to make this video for. And I hope, it helps some people out there, because I know when I first got into saddle hunting, it definitely seemed a little daunting at first. It seemed like, there's just so much stuff that I need to learn about that I had no idea about before. So I've been saddle hunting now for 3 years, and this setup right here is what I've found to work best for me. It helps me just get up in a tree as quietly and quickly as possible, which I think is the goal here. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm not gonna talk too much about my bow setup. I can just kind of run over it real quick. So this is a Hoyt VTM 34, so 2023's flagship model. I've got a Redline 3-pin slider sight on there, which I currently don't even have sight tape on here. That's kind of how unprepared I am this season. I've been out once so far this season. I actually had luck on my first hunt. Got a 5-point buck. So we got meat in the freezer, and now I've actually had time to kind of take all my gear out and really prepare. It was kind of just a spur of the moment thing, and I lucked out. So that definitely doesn't always happen for me. We're running a Stan Onyx resistance release. I like resistance releases. It's what I feel most comfortable with. It's what I've been most effective with. So that's what I'm continuing to run. And we are shooting gold tip Hunter XTs in 300 spine. So that's just, quick bow overlook. Getting into the actual gear of our saddle hunt. So Tethered is the brand that I primarily use for my saddle equipment. I personally believe that Tethered is probably like, top dog in the game. They've been doing it for a while, and they're definitely a name that you're going to hear a lot if you're getting into saddle hunting. There's plenty of other brands out there that you can go with, but so far I've been very impressed with the quality of Tethered, and they're definitely pretty pricey, but it's kind of a long-term investment because their stuff is so durable, and I haven't had any issues with it. I really don't have any complaints about it. So we'll just start with the actual saddle harness itself. So I haven't looked at, Tethered's new stuff for the year or anything like that. Again, I've been using this stuff for the past 3 years, and I haven't had any issues with it. But the harness itself, this is the Tethered 2-panel harness. And bought this harness for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a 2-panel, so it is very adjustable in the overall size of the saddle. So, you can adjust it so that, you have a little more back support, or you have a little more butt support, or, you can really widen that saddle versus a fixed saddle. You only have one size to work with. So that was one selling point, because, when I was doing the research on it, a lot of people were really swearing by a 2-panel saddle. Some people have made their own and have kind of just sworn by it for all these years. There definitely is a little bit of a learning curve here. It's not something you can just kind of throw on and kind of call it a day. But once you get it adjusted right, and once you kind of figure out how to use it, it works just fine. And I can throw it on really quickly and get up in a tree real quickly. I will say, though, there just is a little bit of that learning curve. You just have, extra adjustments you have to make, and just, there's definitely a technique on how you actually have to put that saddle on for it to work properly. So when it comes to climbing equipment, we've got our harness, and I believe I got it as a kit, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have any part numbers or product information or anything like that handy on me, but basically it was like a starter kit, and I got my tethered rope, my lineman rope, and a platform. So with the ropes, you'll get the ropes and the carabiners. I have added these ascenders on here. These are not necessary or really required, but it's what I've added onto here, and it just makes adjusting these ropes just a little easier. So I would recommend them. However, I know these right here, these are the Ropeman ascenders, the Ropeman ones. I do believe that there is a safety recall on these. So, kind of just do your research, do your due diligence, and figure out if that's something you want to do, because I have not yet sent these in for the recall. I can't remember exactly what the recall is for. I believe it was for the release. I don't think it was just, they're failing and people are falling out of trees. I don't know. I got a letter for it. It was a couple years ago. I probably should look into it for my own safety, but just putting that out there as a warning. But other than that, I do really like these. They do really work well. For the platform, I got the XL platform. Again, I don't know what they have out there right now, but this is I did get the larger size platform, just a little more surface area for me to stand on. So this looks like the Predator XL is what this platform is. So, real easy to use. You just strap around the tree and these cinch down. Again, I'm not really going to get too much into, how to use this equipment. These are the Skeletor sticks from Tethered. I really, really, really like these sticks. So actually, when I first started saddle hunting, watch out for these broken arrows, I was running these climbing sticks right here. These were from Bass Pro Shops. I'm not sure what the brand is on them. They worked really well. You can get up in a tree with them just fine. However, they're really bulky and they're really heavy and kind of awkward to carry around in the woods. What I was doing is I had my pack on and I was holding those climbing sticks in one hand and holding my bow in the other hand. So it just wasn't ideal. Switched over to the Skeletors last year, and I freaking love these things. The steps fold up. It comes with 4, so that makes them shorter. And the way they stick into each other is just it's really well done. You can get them together really tight, much lighter than the other ones, and they strap right onto my pack. So again, just little things that you can try out at first, see what works for you. This was definitely a massive upgrade for me. I run this bungee cord on it to kind of hold them together a little tighter while I'm climbing, and I'll get a little more into that in a minute. But I really like the tie down systems on here. They're just awesome climbing sticks. I would say really my only gripe about them is the steps are very, very thin compared to those other climbing sticks I have. So you don't have a whole lot of real estate to work with, when you're standing on these steps. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you're hunting with rubber boots with, soft soles, you're going to feel it. But, you're only using these to climb up and down. So it really doesn't matter. But, just kind of wanted to put that out there. So for my pack, this is a Tidewee hunting pack that my wife got me for Christmas one year. And I really, really, really like this pack. It has all the pockets, you could need for it. It has, 2 compartments with just multiple, different storage options inside. Works perfect. Even has room for a camel pack, hydration system. So I'm able to fit everything in here, and I still have plenty of room afterwards. The thing that I really like about this pack the most is that it can accommodate my hunting equipment very well. I can strap my platform on just like that, and then my climbing sticks go right on the bottom, and everything's just tight and neat, and just it works really well. So if you're looking for a saddle hunting pack, which is definitely something you're going to need, I would look into Tidewee. I feel like they're a lesser known hunting brand. They definitely make some pretty cool stuff, but this pack I'm very impressed with. It's been very durable. It's held up for me. So yeah, that's all my saddle equipment, and that's pretty much everything you're going to need to get started. There is going to be little stuff here and there that's going to make your life easier. Just a few things that I have, just personal preference, what I use in the field. This is just an extra flashlight. Typically I run a headlamp, so it's hands-free, but it's never a bad idea to just have a backup. So that's my backup flashlight. I have a little limb saw. This is from Gerber. It's very lightweight. It's just, you can barely even feel in your hands. And this is good for, when you're climbing up a tree and maybe there's a couple limbs in the way, you just got to cut down. That's perfect for that. Some Allen keys. I keep these on me just in case, I need to make a repair on my bow. Something's, knocked loose and I got to tighten it up. So I just have some Allen keys right here. HSS, believe I got this off Amazon. This is a bow tether. So basically what you do is you clip this onto your bow. I clip it right on the cam, and you climb up the tree. And when you're at the top of the tree, this unwinds as you're climbing. When you get to the top of the tree, you pop up the reel and you wind it back up. Or you don't wind it up, you pull it up with the rope, and then you wind up the slack. So it just helps you, keep your bow on the ground, keeps the bow safe while you're climbing up in the tree. And then once you get up there, you just pull it up. I haven't had any issues with it. I will say it does feel a little cheap, a little janky, but I haven't had any issues with it so far. And I've been hunting, with this for 3 seasons, no issues, pulls a bow up just fine. Definitely something you're going to need. And, some guys just run rope, which, is fine, but then you got to worry about tying that up afterwards and all that stuff. Whereas this is just, it's compact, it's neat, and it works. Have some extra batteries. Sometimes the headlamps I run take batteries, so I just have some extra ones just in case. Carabiners. These are just really, really cheap carabiners. I got like a 10-pack or whatever. The reason I have these is I feel like this isn't really discussed a whole lot, but the process of actually climbing up a tree, people don't really tell you where to put your climbing sticks and your platform and stuff like that. One way you can do it, is you can put one climbing stick up, climb, put the next one up, climb back down, put the next one up. The way I like to do it, and I think the way that most people like to do it, is once this first climbing stick is put on the tree, that's it. My feet do not touch the ground until I'm done hunting. So I put a climbing stick up. As soon as my feet are up, I'm just putting another climbing stick up, another climbing stick, and I'm just going up the tree with all of my gear. And how I found an easy way to do that is with these carabiners. I'll just hook this on my belt loop, and then I will hook into the climbing sticks, and I'll have them hanging off, my hip or whatever, and I can just pull a climbing stick off one at a time. And then when I'm done with my climbing sticks, I'll take my pack off and I'll pull my platform off, clip that onto my belt loop, put my pack back on, put the platform on the tree, and now I'm up on the platform, and then I can do whatever I need to do. So just a little bit of a tip out there. Again, I feel like it's just not really talked about. The only downside to these is they are, a little clanky. They do make noise. There are ways, you can put tape on them, whatever you got to do to make them soundproof. I don't really have too much of an issue with them making noise, if you're moving slowly, whatever, but whatever works for you. But this is just a little tip. And I have 3 on me because these are a little cheap. They break. I just have extras. Sometimes I'll have one on one side for the climbing sticks and one for the platform. Just know that when you have this stuff hanging off of you, it is swinging around. It can make a lot of noise, and it is heavy. So it's definitely weighing you down as you're climbing. So it's just something to think about. Maybe you'll have a better system for it. And if you do, please let me know. But that's kind of what I found to work best for me. And again, I feel like it's just not really talked about a whole lot. But the way I saddle hunt is, again, once my feet come off the ground, that's it. My feet do not touch the ground again until I'm climbing down after a hunt, and that's it. So moving on, just, some wind detector, for hunting the wind. An extra release. I just have this extra release on me for whatever reason. If, I lose my release in the woods, if I drop it off of, the tree, whatever the case may be, I have an extra one. It's not one I typically shoot with, but, it's a finger release. They're not that hard to shoot with. It's what I started with. I'm familiar with it, all that good stuff. So it's just, I have another means of firing my bow if I need to. I have a field dressing knife right here. This is just, a knife from Mossy Oak for, gutting. So I've got that. And then I just have an extra knife here just for whatever reason. I think it's just important to have knives in the field. Some dead downwind spray, self-explanatory. This right here is a hook system. It just, when you're up on your platform, you're setting everything up, you wrap this around the tree. It comes with 2 hooks, and I hang my bow on one and my pack on the other. They make all sorts of different ones. Tethered makes their own variation. There's so many out there. I did get this off Amazon, I believe. I really like this one. It's very durable. The hooks are, super durable, really strong, and they actually have these spikes that just really cling on the tree really good. So I have no idea what the brand is of this. I know I got it off Amazon, and I really, really like it. Rangefinder, I've got a Sig Sauer Buckmaster rangefinder. Obviously, bow hunting, you need to be able to range different objects, deer, what have you. I've got an Alps Outdoor bino harness with my Vortex binos and my grunt tube. So used this grunt tube to call in my buck last week. Actually, it was the first time I've ever successfully called a buck in with a call, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, there you have it. So a little bit longer of a video than I kind of originally hoped for, but that's everything I bring out in the woods with me. Kind of does seem like a lot, but I feel like it's really not a whole lot. Everything, again, fits into the bag, and I still have so much more room for whatever I want. Snacks, books, Xbox, TV, whatever I want to put in that backpack. I can throw her in there and have a really good hunt. So again, I kind of wanted to make this video for anyone out there that is looking to get into saddle hunting and is a little bit intimidated by it and don't know exactly what you need to buy. So I hope this can kind of help you out and kind of alleviate some of that stress. But yeah, so this is what I'll be using this weekend to get out. We're well into muzzleloader season here in Virginia, so not a whole lot of days left where I can bow hunt before they start running the dogs here in Virginia. So I'm gonna get out a few more times before gun season opens up, then I'll take a little bit of a break, and then I'll get back in the woods shortly after. Luckily, I live in a urban archery zone, so I can hunt deer like 6 months out of the year. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, any pieces of advice for me, please let me know in the comments. I'll try and get back to you. You know, it's a small community, saddle hunting. Most people I talk to have never even heard of it. So, you know, any information out there, I feel like is just help for the community. And yeah, I hope everyone has a good season, a safe season, and good luck out there, guys. Maybe I'll catch y'all in the woods. So again, just let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Thanks, guys.